Ladies and gentlemen, Liam Lawson is the new teammate of Max Verstappen and he will debut for the Red Bull team in the 2025 Melbourne Grand Prix. That'll be his first entry as the Red Bull driver. From the outside, it looks like a dream come true. You get a seat in a championship winning team who has been on a roll. Your teammate is a multiple time world champion, great guy to learn from, and Verstappen is also a nice guy outside of the track, helpful, good natured, that sort of thing. But this beautiful dream can turn and very likely will turn into a fucking nightmare about midway into the season. Realistically, here is how Liam Lawson's 2025 season is gonna go. So it's gonna start off easy. Liam Lawson has recognized his first objective, which is to learn from Max Verstappen. But as the initial few Grand Prix go by and he gets more and more comfortable with the car, gets into some nice wheel to wheel battle with some front runners, maybe beat a few of them once in a while. He may score a few podiums. He may even win a Grand Prix in the 2025 season. But the problem is, in order to win multiple Grand Prix and eventually a World Championship, he has to compete against and beat the toughest man to beat in Formula One, which is Max Verstappen. That's where his fucking nightmare will begin. This is inevitable if you are Max Verstappen's teammate in a Red Bull for a variety of reasons. I'm gonna give you a few right now. The first one is the Red Bull car is difficult to drive. Liam Lawson explained that the Red Bull car is fronty. I will explain what that means in a while. And he said that this frontiness of the car makes it difficult to drive and difficult to get into grips with. And basically, what it means is that there is a lot of front grip on the car, which allows you to go fast into the corners, entering the corners and exiting the corners. But the unfortunate problem is the car is very steering sensitive. If you are steering in the wrong direction by just 1 degree, the frontiness of the car, the extremely high front grip of the car, will cause you to lose the rear and you will spin around. Gradually, you will lose confidence, and we all know what happened to Sergio Perez once he started losing confidence in that car. It became bad to worse with every weekend passing by. So that's the biggest problem. Now, I'm not saying that Liam Lawson will struggle to understand the car. He is a quick learner. We have seen it before. In his Formula One debut, 2023 Dutch Grand Prix, he got into grips with the car very early, very comfortably, and he was battling with Verstappen in his outlap. That was interesting to see. So I don't doubt that as the 2025 season progresses, Liam Lawson will get good results. He may get a few podiums and maybe even a win. However, can he get used to the frontiness of the car as good as Max Verstappen? Probably not, because Max Verstappen turns that setting to the highest. It's like turning on your mouse sensitivity in a video game to the highest. You are only allowed to make precise movements, half a degree, 1 degree of turn, and these cars oversteer a lot rather than understeering. And doing that on the level of Max Verstappen as consistently as Max Verstappen is going to be a tall mountain to climb. So that's the first reason why Liam Lawson's dream will turn into a nightmare. The second reason is the Red Bull mechanics and the team and the engineers, these guys will give less fucks if you don't perform well. For example, in the 2024 season, the Red Bull car got progressively worse, right? Sergio Perez identified the declining performance of the car before Max Verstappen, and he talked to the team about it. But obviously, everybody ignored because this was a time in which Max Verstappen was still winning and was dragging that Red Bull to podium positions. As a result, Perez's cry for help were ignored. They fell on deaf ears. Hence, if Liam Lawson wants to get his complaint heard, he cannot just show up and say, well, the car is difficult to drive. Well, why the car is difficult to drive for you if Max is consistently getting podiums and wins? This will motivate Liam Lawson to push the car even further, which will lead to more mistakes, which will tank his confidence further. And again, the nightmare will intensify. The nightmare will grow stronger as the season progresses. All of this is going to be significantly worse if the Red Bull has actually a competitive car in the 2025 season, at least as good as it was at the beginning of the 2024 season. Lawson's family had to sell their home so that Liam can continue with his racing career in Europe. That's a fact. So he didn't do all of these sacrifices. His family didn't do all of these sacrifices so that he can just be a number two driver and help the team secure the constructor's title while the number one driver is tasked with fighting for world championships, the ultimate prize in Formula One and in all motorsports, to be honest. He won't stand for that. To put it simply, the season will be close. There will be multiple contenders. Red Bull will be in the mix. As Lawson will get comfortable with the car, he will start to push the car more. And this is where he will pay the price of competing against Max Verstappen in a Red Bull as teammates. The only way things will be okay for Lawson is if the car is shit. Not like completely, absolutely shit, because I want Liam to get a few podiums and maybe score his first ever Formula One victory in the upcoming season. But if the car is visibly underperforming compared to the Mercedes, compared to the Ferrari, and compared to the McLaren, then there'll be a little bit less pressure on Liam Lawson, and the chances of him following the Sergio Perez trajectory or any other former Max's teammate's trajectory decreases. If the car performs well, and he manages to beat his rivals from other teams in wheel-to-wheel exchanges, his next objective will be Max Verstappen. And we all know how impossible it is to beat Max Verstappen. Max Verstappen takes things personally. He's a sore loser, and that's why he's such a dominant champion. He is always practicing, he is doing sim racing as his main job. The guy literally doesn't have any other thing to do apart from racing. So good luck beating him in the same fucking car in a team where he has won 4 world championships and 1 constructors championship single-handedly. So good luck with that for Liam Lawson. I guess the only positive he can take is in the 2025 season, he has the potential of scoring his first podium and also his first win in Formula One, and maybe try and mount a challenge against the toughest competitor in F1 history, Max Verstappen. Thank you for watching, like and subscribe, and we will see Liam Lawson's downfall together. I'll see you in the next one.